Hi and welcome to the Cult TV Sofa. This is a reaction video of the 19th episode of Season 1 of Babylon 5 called A Voice in the Wilderness Part 2. Last time we saw the planet that Babylon 5 is in orbit of wake up. Some seismic activity caused some previously unknown ancient equipment and defences to become active and attack any ships that approach the planet. Despite being attacked by missiles, Sinclair and Ivanova flew down into the unknown and found a being held in a machine of some kind. This being had previously appeared to some people on Babylon 5 as a ghostly image asking for help. Sinclair and Ivanova helped him out of the machine and took him back to Babylon 5 for medical assistance. And at the end we were left on the cliffhanger of something large coming through the jump gate, but we don't know what it is. So let's see what happens in the next episode. I'm going to put any relevant trivia that I find over here, and at the end of the reaction I'll be discussing what happened and my thoughts about the episode. And I'm going to start it in 3, 2, 1.
As ISN viewers may know, all contact with the Mars colony has been cut off.
I forgot to mention as well, obviously there was a revolt on Mars, so that was kind of like a sub-story going on as well. So that's an Earth ship of some kind.
It's an Earth Alliance heavy cruiser.
Okay.
Babylon controlled Earth cruiser. Nothing personal, but what's going on? We didn't ask for any help.
Should have.
This is Captain Ellis Pierce, with the Earth Alliance Starship Hyperion. We are assuming control over this situation.
So, I completely agreed. They needed some military support there. Something going on the planet, missiles firing, that beam that was coming out. They needed support. Absolutely. Not so sure about them just coming in and saying we're taking control. I would have thought they should be coming and saying we're here to support you. They're Earth military, and I assume he's a captain. I missed what he said his name was, so he would be the more superior officer. So this will be interesting.
I've managed to stabilize his condition, but we won't know for a while. Still trying to work out his biology.
Yeah, how would you know? He's an completely alien to them.
Captain Pierce is coming aboard. He'll meet you in the briefing room.
On my way.
So he's a captain. But he's in command of the station. I don't know.
We were ordered to report here and assume control.
On whose authority?
Office of Planetary Security.
Office of Planetary Security?
A whole new and potentially revolutionary technology. Based on what you described, the civilian and military potential is staggering.
So they're not there to protect the station, they're there to take the tech.
But since this is neutral territory, now my orders are to make sure Earth gets first dibs and to protect this station when the other races get tired of being told they can't take what's ours.
It's not ours.
If they know we're here, they'll be less inclined to start something.
I wouldn't bet on
What's
it.
the status of your prisoner?
Prisoner?
This is a diplomatic station, and your kind of heavy-handedness is just going to make our job harder. That's all.
That's all. So that he dismissed him. I'm not quite sure the rank system and how it works with him.
Going to pressure by the Earth Senate to use more force to subdue the Mars Rebellion.
About time.
What was that magic word again? Shazam? No, that's not it.
That's quite a heavy assault.
When I assumed command of Babylon 5, I was personally assured by President Santiago that I had final authority over this sector.
President's change.
As far as I'm concerned, until I'm officially told otherwise, this is still my jurisdiction.
Maybe I can get Captain Pierce to accept shared jurisdiction.
That's not going to work. How can you share jurisdiction when they've got two opposing views?
Captain Pierce, what's the idea of dispatching a team down to the planet's surface without checking with me first? Because you can't get near the planet's surface without a properly encoded jamming device.
That was a blatant lie. That wasn't even like a half-truth, it was a complete lie.
We're picking up increased seismic activity inside Epsilon 3.
but they're not natural quakes. It's a massive artificial disruption located near the planet's core. According to our projections, if this keeps on, the planet will start to break apart from the inside.
Ooh. That would take B5 with it.
For the past 5 hours, we've been monitoring a gradual but definite change in all of the fusion reactors. They're all moving towards critical mass.
That would be a big boom.
It's 48 hours before they blow, taking the planet and us with them.
How long would it take to evacuate the station?
Even if we called in every ship in the sector, it'd take at least 3 to 5 days.
What if they could move the station? I mean, in theory, giving it a nudge, it... Let's go pause a sec. If they could it's difficult to get spinning, but if somehow they could push it, even just say just a nudge, they've already shown with the Star Furies that they're following the laws of physics in the show, and even just a gentle nudge, it would continue on in that direction. Although it's in an orbit, the initial nudge would probably need to be a lot to be able to push it out of orbit, but then it would carry on. If it's rotating, a shove would probably cause a lot of problems actually inside the station. Yeah, okay, so it probably wouldn't be practical. They don't... Oh, I don't know if... We've seen the Minbari have something like a tractor beam. We saw that they captured Sinclair in the Battle of the Line. So we know that they can... Maybe have them at the other end and pull the station, so it's possible. There's technology that could do it. Don't know if Earth has that technology though. Yeah. And to be honest, even if they could start moving the station, would it get far enough away from the blast? They might get away from the initial blast, but there's going to be bits of planet flying everywhere. Whereas, as I said, the ships could easily just get to the jump gate and be out of there in a minute. Yeah. It's not like Deep Space Nine, which is able to move independently because it had thrusters. Oh, although Babylon 5 has thrusters. When there was an explosion, the episode with the revolt, I think, from the dock workers, some of the station blew out, and I think they used thrusters to correct its orbit. So maybe they could fly itself out of orbit, but they'd have to do it now. It'd be, to get far enough away, and even then, might not be able to do it. Sorry, just thinking what I was thinking about.
As long as he remains unconscious, the system keeps running on automatic, heading towards self-destruct, without anyone to stop it.
All right. We'll give it another 12 hours, see if we can find a way around this thing. If not, we'll evacuate the station.
I'll be putting feelers out for some big ships as well.
We are entitled to an equal share of anything you find down there.
It's neutral territory, so...
Do you really want to know what's going on down there right now?
Yes, absolutely. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom.
Have a nice day.
Actually, it's kind of the truth. Soon to be, boom. Cool makeup. Let's go pause again. The other thing I really like about Babylon 5 is all the aliens look different. They put a lot of work into making them all have their own distinct look, so you can see a species and recognise who they are. That's really good. There's so many of them as well. In the background, you always see so many different kinds of aliens there, and it must take them ages to get them through makeup. But that's really good. I like that detail. So that implies that being psychic.
It's strange. I heard someone call my name.
And specifically him. Called him Joel.
Never should have waited this long before calling her.
Then why did you?
I was afraid. Afraid she'd hang up on me, and just as afraid she wouldn't. Afraid to find out that she hated me. And that it really was all over and I could kiss my dreams goodbye. And just as afraid to find out that Maybe she still loved me.
I can completely relate. I've been in the same situation. And I did what he did. Never called.
No, we'll never get everyone off the station. Ambassadors, women and children, civilians go first. Some of the command staff will have to stay on board until...
Wow, he basically just asked him to give up his life, stay there and die. Which I know that's something in that role could happen, and he's accepted that, but...
Look, this is a restricted area. You're not allowed in here.
No, he's the one. I heard him call my name.
That's quite a big thing, going into a quarantine area where the doctor said go away.
Yes, unfortunately, they figured out there's no jamming device.
How can you tell?
Because they're about to launch an expedition to the planet's surface.
You've cried wolf.
Captain, what the hell do you think you're
About the
doing?
jammer,
That
and
planet's
he's not
gonna
gonna
blow if
listen.
your team goes down there. We've just received confirmation
From a source with every reason to lie to protect what's down there.
Damn it, Captain, I've got 250,000 people in here. I'm not going to let you jeopardize their lives.
How are you going to stop him?
What are you going to do, shoot us down?
If that's what's required to protect this station,
Ooh.
yes. Lieutenant Commander, open fighter bay doors. Status.
They're canceling the launch.
It depends on the jurisdiction.
We've got our ship coming through the jump gate.
I'm just going to pause again quickly. There's a lot happening in this one. I'm trying to decide whether that would be a court-martial offence, what Sinclair just did. If that captain does have control, that's not the right word, but seniority of that situation, then he just committed an offence by doing that. Disobeying orders, inciting a violence against other people, in your species, in the military. But if Sinclair has seniority, that's the word I was looking for, then yeah, it'll be okay. But that's a risky thing to do. But he was right. I mean, if they go down there, the planet's going to blow up, so he had nothing to lose, really. Now what's happening? I don't recognise the ship. Ooh. Well, that's the same kind of beam that was fired from the planet.
They're accessing our language and translation files.
I'm amazed that the Earth ship hasn't fired yet. That's a hell of a scan.
This world belongs to us. We are last of our people. Give you 10 of your hours to move aside.
A little bit of an escalation of the situation. They're the last of the kind, though. They've got one ship.
Violent. My people cast them out centuries ago. Signal was not meant for them. 500 of your years have I waited.
Doesn't look a day over 450.
What's your prognosis?
He's dying. My guess is he's been dying for a while. That would explain the seismic disturbances.
So the machine and him work as one. So yeah, with him dying, it's causes the problems.
Ivan could not ask it, could not say the words. But it was in his eyes. He's probably forbidden to ask directly.
So he thinks he was asking him to go down into the machine.
Any word from Earth Central?
Negative. They're jamming us too.
So they're jamming the signals. You could easily send a Star Fury into the jump gate, though, and jump to the nearest gate to ask for help.
Somebody just grabbed the patient you brought back from the planet.
One's about to get to the gate and... Wait a minute. Where the hell did it go?
Signal coming in from the enemy ship.
All on the planet. On the ship going to the planet.
You send ships to our world.
I'm launching fighters. Babylon 5, we need your support.
Launch fighters, fire at will.
My God. Whoever's piloting that shuttle's a madman.
I'm assuming it's Londo. Yeah. So that ship can come into parts.
What's the position of that transport?
About to enter the planet's atmosphere. This is the point where the planet's defense system opened fire last time.
Yeah, I would assume though, having that alien on board. Mind you, it fired on the way out.
Security to CNC. I'm in pursuit of the transport. Hey, if they can make it, so can I.
No. I mean, if he was really close behind them, maybe, but with a big gap, that's not going to be good.
Who said the good old days are gone, eh?
You did. To Mr. Morden. They're still quite close together, all that one ship, so firing at them is going to be easier. They need to spread out a bit more, make it more of a target. This is where he goes, oh, I forgot about the lasers, they're all shot.
The machine that controls this planet needs a mind to run it, or it will destroy itself, and Babylon 5 with it.
So you're going back in? Is that it?
No, I am.
He was ready for new adventures and to go out there.
I am sending this message to all three parties involved in the struggle for control of this planet. We entrust the safekeeping of this place to the Babylon 5 Advisory Council. If enlightened self-interest should prove insufficient to the cause, understand this. The defensive systems on this world are now fully operational. Do not attempt to come here again.
Right, I've got to pause a second to talk about that, because I'm going to forget otherwise at the end. So, he's basically saying... well, he's saying two things, but he's only saying one thing, really. He's basically saying... no species can have control of the planet. And he is leaving access to the planet and let's go with that for now. Access to the planet in control of the Babylon 5's Advisory Council, which I'm assuming is the humans. So Sinclair, Ivanova, Delenn, Londo, Shakar, Kosh, and the League of Non-Aligned Worlds. That's, I assume, is the whole council, all of them. So it's all the species together, not just one of them. But then on the flip side, he says, basically, if you don't all do the right thing, if you all come down, or if a few of you come down to take the technology or whatever, I'm going to blow you out of the sky. All defences now fully active. So although he kind of was trying to be nice and say, yeah, I'll leave it up to you to control access, he wasn't. He was basically saying, don't come down here. So that was quite a funny way of saying it. And it looks like him now being in the machine as a fully healed, fully okay being. He's merged with the machine and now he's brought everything back to full power. So I'm assuming the reactors will dim down in a second and the planet will be okay. Although you would have thought all the seismic activity that's been going on and everything that's happened, it's going to cause a few problems down there and a bit of damage, which isn't going to be good. But let's see what happens now. I'll leave that to the end.
Commander, the enemy ship is moving again. It's headed toward the planet.
What, didn't they get the message?
They got it, but I don't think they believed it.
I think they're about to. And actually, this might answer what I was about to say. We saw the Earth ship's weapons barely do any damage to those ships.
Goodbye, dear friend. Perhaps someday I may see you again.
Well, now everyone knows what's down there. He can project at will, I would have thought. So he could probably pop up and see Delenn whenever he wants to.
I suppose you should know we received a communique from Earth Dome. President Santiago confirms that you have primary jurisdiction over the Babylon station and this sector of space.
Right, that gets him off the hook for earlier then.
Regrets if I exceeded my authority.
We've got the Mars colony relay. We've located your friend.
Is she?
She's alive, yes.
Yeah, naysayer Talia Winters.
I'm married.
Oh.
We're expecting our first baby in September.
That's great. I'm glad for you.
That's hard to hear. Okay. That was a really good episode. We saw obviously quite a lot of action. The story was good. The only thing, everyone now knows, all the different species, that that planet is a treasure trove of technology, power, military might. From what we've seen of Earth in particular, I can't imagine they would just leave it like that. At the very least, you would be sending some large ships there. From an Earth point of view, I would send some large ships there as more of a deterrent to other species, and following the logic that they did earlier to show military might from Earth in orbit of the planet, to show that Earth's there and we're kind of looking after it, kind of thing. I don't know if I'd be happy with Babylon 5 being left in orbit around the planet. Well, although I suppose leaving it there kind of cements their hold over the planet. If Babylon 5 was taken away, there would be no presence there, especially by Earth. So actually, maybe that is the single reason to leave it there. But it's a bit scary having the station in orbit of a planet that could be so unstable like that and is so powerful. Yeah, it's a lot to break down and a lot to think about there. Yeah, it was so much that happened in the episode, and I talked about a lot of it as we were going along. The only thing that was really in my head was I still don't think Earth would be happy leaving it like that. And not just Earth, the other species as well. I mean, if Earth is showing a bit more presence there, then other species would show presence, and it would escalate and escalate. It would just be a whole breaking point for all the species. It would just escalate and escalate until it blows up. Not literally the planet blows up, but just the escalation would blow up between all the species, and it would end up in war, because it is such a big, powerful thing that whoever controls that planet basically has all the power. So yeah, I just can't see everyone just going, oh, okay, then we'll leave it alone. That's fine, we'll just leave it there and carry on as normal. Just don't think that would happen. But we'll see what happens in the future episodes. Yeah. I can't think of what else to say at the moment. Like I said, I said a lot of it during the episode itself. I'm sure I'll think of a million things later, but it'll be too late then. So yeah, let me know what you thought about this one in the comments below. We're getting very close to the end of the season now. And I shall see you for the next one. Be seeing you.